Welcome. And I always say hello, gorgeous. Everybody says hello, beautiful, hello, queen, hello, goddess, and all of that. I say hello, goddess, because that's how I see you. And I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of information today, and it's going to be a lot to take in, but you're going to value it because you're here, because you're more confident and powerful than you know. So let's get you dressed. Let's get you dressed. For many women of a certain age, this notion of power, success, and owning the stage, it's not as close to the heartbeat and the soul urge as we want it to be. So now we're going to talk about how you show up with impact that you want to be showcased in the future of where you're going, and you want to be watched for sure. But we're all working in this box, the Zoom, and it will continue. Even though the pandemic brought this in pretty heavy, it's going to continue on and on and on. And we have to be mindful of how we show up. We've all seen these crazy incidents that happen from time to time, but not to us. And casual is in, it's not going anywhere. This is quite nice, beautiful, but we are professionals here. We're in the, well, we really are about being all that we can be and working with the people that we work with to give them the best of ourselves in service. So this is great for the backyard picnic, but not for what we're about. And for me, and I know for you too, or you wouldn't be here, I'm not going to rest until all of us are able to step into the style that suits us best and that highlights and showcases us to the max. I have produced runway shows for high-end department stores. I've owned the stages and captivated audiences all over. And my friends, I don't disappoint because my heartbeat and the desire of knowing and being with you is always there. So people turn to me for guidance and expertise and direction. And I love sharing because that's what life is all about, collaborations. So how do you measure up? Your shape reveals everything about you. It is your canvas. Focus on the shape. This is the base, foundational, bottom line. This is here just for a few laughs and a few, by the way, have a few smirks, have a few laughs, because that's what it's all about. This is serious, but we're not going to take it that serious. From the beginning of time, that body shape, that torso, has always been the foundation of what we're all about. So now you have to laugh. What determines our body shape? What gives us the outline? Exaggeration to make a point, hopefully you get the amusement here, is relevant. You are going to be able to take your measurements, your hip, your waist, your shoulders across. All of these things are important. And for whatever the reasons, most of us overlook them from time to time. Your bust measurements, and the short and the long-waisted is an area that I have discovered up until this time that most of us are not aware of, and it makes a big difference when we talk about proportion, scale, and fit, which my partner and I, Sonia Larrea, will be talking about tonight in the clubhouse and the room for League of Leading Ladies. And it is major, and I cover this big time in the workshops and the sessions that I do with you. So what is your canvas? What is that all about for you? You're going to take your measurements. And ladies, by the way, I want you to know that this is information for you that's invaluable, and I don't put anything under the rug. Towards the end of this, I will be making you an offer. And as I said in the movies, it's an offer that you can't refuse because it's going to be delivered to you in a way that you're going to see the power and how impactful it can be in your life. So the question is, what is your canvas? Hips, waist, shoulder, bust, height, weight, all of that comes into fact to become a fact. So what's your body shape? We have the hourglass. We have the strawberry, the inverted triangle is one and the same. We have the pear, the apple, and the rectangular body shape. Now, there can be variations here and there, but pretty much this is it. So when we talk about the apple shape, we're talking about a fuller bust, sometimes an undefined waist. There are always variations. When we do the workshops together, we really delve into the variations here. And hips are slimmer. And by the way, do I need to say yes? How many different variations of apples are there? So not every apple can wear the same thing. And this is where many of us fail. We make the mistake. We never fail, but we make a mistake. The apple body shapes that you know, the ones that are popular, that everyone knows, Oprah and Jennifer and Tyra. And a lot of people might not think that these are the apple shapes. But there are many ways that they twist and turn, and they do a lot of different dancing, smoke and mirrors in the entertainment industry. We're not going there. The pear shape, the hips, the rear, and the thighs. That's what you need to know. That's where the emphasis is for most. And I have to tell you what you already know, for whatever the reasons are. I'm not the psychologist here. My friend is. For some reason, that pear shape is very, very popular now. For not the best reasons, but we're not going there. But the pear shape is a great body shape. Who doesn't know of Jennifer Lopez? Most everyone all across the world. Beyonce and Kelly. Most people don't think of Kelly Clarkson because she goes up and down yo-yo as I do, but she is a pear shape. And then in turn, the hourglass. This is the body shape that's absolutely, without question, there are two of them, but this is one of the two, that's prized. It's held in high esteem in Hollywood. The hourglass. Nice bust line, waist tiny, and hips proportionately ideal. And so we get most everyone, no matter the generation, they know Marilyn Monroe, Eva, Kim, these. And a lot of people, as I was one, and I was told, no, I thought Kim Kardashian had a lot of enhancements. They said, no, that's her. God bless her is all I can say. More power to her. And I don't think she needs any more power. She's doing all right. The rectangular body shape. It's never about me, but this is my body shape. No definitive definition. The bust, the waist, the hips, so much in alignment that it's hard to make it a definitive body shape. Yet, it's one that's prized in the garment industry because they can drape like crazy on the body shape. And so it's a good body shape if you want to play around with it. Queen Latifah, Nicole Kidman, Cameron Diaz, all of these pretty body shapes that you know about, pretty much so. These are body shapes. Now, the strawberry rectangular body shape is really great for the runway for all the different reasons because it has very broad shoulders, a nice bust line, and then it tapers down, down, down. And generally, usually, there's no absolute statement that can be said for any of these body shapes. These are standardized, pretty much standard things that we're sharing with you. This is great for the runway for all the different reasons. And you can think of, in fact, I can show you here, Naomi Campbell. Who doesn't know of Naomi Campbell? Cindy Crawford. These might be in this generation somewhat Renee Zellweger, but these are women who have the ideal, if there's such a thing, body shape. So that's where we're going. Now, let's get to what you, even if you have an inkling about your body shape, what is your style preference? Now, there are many different categories, and in these categories will go different other subcategories. So most people aren't just one, they vary and they add in different styles, but the key is to know which style you are. And as I go through these, I'll explain some things that will make a lot of sense to you. There is a natural or the casual, however you want to label it. Verbiage is verbiage. Natural, which means these women, they don't like to dress up in makeup and put on a lot of stuff and everything. They like the sporty, the natural, the casual. And there's so many ways that you can take this. This can be casual chic. It can be casual dramatic. It can be sporty the same, and on and on. That's a call that we discuss and go over in detail in the workshops. How do you know? Well, you know by what you like and what's indigenous to your nature, your personality, and your lifestyle. And these are the things that we go over big time in the workshops. Classic. Well, Michelle Obama. Not only because we're here in the States, but all over the world she's known. And definitely she, along with Jackie Onassis, long gone, but remembered, iconic, very classic. Classic is still the number one. Doesn't mean it's the best and doesn't mean that it's the greatest or the easiest, even though people tend to think so. But it is a category that aligns itself with a lot of different women, different shapes and sizes when you know how to put it together. And this is the expertise that I bring to you. And the German Chancellor. Classic is good, but you know what? It's boring to some people. If you're eclectic and dramatic and you want some pizzazz, then you want a little bit more. But you can add that if that's your outlook to all the different other categories. Maybe that's not. Maybe you could make it classic or sporty. These are the things that we really get to know, and we're honest about the body shape. Now, romantic. Romantic is a category that has a lot of controversial issues around it. Because I've made this statement, and I continue to make it because this is my belief. Doesn't mean that I'm right. Romantic is wonderful for certain generations. The women that predominantly that my assignment is to work with are women like myself somewhat who are transitioning, midlife, second chapter, second act, whatever that means to you, a little bit older, birthed those beautiful babies, had all kinds of health issues. The body has changed and transitioned. So it's harder to keep this romantic look working. It can be done if you like the frilly and the lace and all of that and the softness, but it's not one that's predominantly yet. It can be added in to another category that you like. Let's say you like the classic. You can add in the romantic look to that. And these are the different ways that you can do it. Prints and florals and lace and all of those different types of floaty fabrics or even velvets can be added in. And we do this with grace and, as Sonia would say all the time, with dignity. It's a category that's fun. And if you want to add it in, if that's your category, you can make it work for you. And the fun with a good stylist is knowing how to help you and support you to make it work for you. That's the secret. Chic. Well, chic is what you see pretty much in the high-end boutique stores, the upgraded, whatever that might be, department stores, chic like a Saks Fifth Avenue and a Neiman Marcus, places like that, the runway, even though sometimes they go a little crazy. But chic is when everything is put together and it is so well put together and it's elevated. And as Emerald Lagasse said, it's kicked up a notch so that you can see the elegance, the sophistication and the glamour that's there. No matter what style it is, it can be casual, remember that. But chic is when you just look and you say, wow, because it's so well put together and the design and the outlook fits the individual. And here again, it's just an example of if it's casual or sporty. It can be, and bear in mind that these 5 categories that I'm aligning and showing you, they can be interchanged and mixed so that you get your signature style. Now it's time to have a good hearty laugh. A good hearty laugh, because if there was ever drama, it's here, right? These ladies, I want to hug and kiss them every time I see them because they're beautiful. They're beautiful. They said pretty, new, trendy, current, fashionable. Who cares? But this is a fashion fair that they're having fun at. I put this in for a lark or for a laugh because the reality is dramatic. It's about boldness and prints and fabrics. And not even a heaviness, but something that has a dramatic, striking, stunning appearance to whatever and however you put it together. So when we talk about bold prints and plaids and things like that, you're in the dramatic. But there's so many ways that you can do dramatic. Dramatic you can add into any, like capes and ruanas and shawls and all the different categories that you can use. Color. Color makes any, every, and all. You can't get away from color. There's a psychology behind color. My partner here, Sonia Lorraine, knows so much more about color, it'll blow you away. And so do I. But let me tell you, color and how you accessorize and put together your wardrobe, the basics and how you build it, it really matters. So you really need to know color if you're interested in style, and you wouldn't be here if you weren't, because style matters. Now, when we talk about color and we talk about the season, your assignment with my support and guidance is to find out which of these seasons belong to you. There's summer, which is topaz. They go by seasons or they go by gems. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Summer would be opal, spring would be topaz, autumn would be sapphire, and winter would be diamond. It's the same category, same meaning. But which one are you? And do you really know? And can you kind of blend and merge them together? Some people think so, some people think not. We discover together what that means for you. But the seasons of colors, the jewels of colors, however you want to label it, matter. And before we go into the colors somewhat, I want you to be thinking about for you what these 5 power colors will do for you. And while you're thinking about them, I want you to be thinking about tone, tint, shade, hues, and how it blends you. Because everybody can wear red, but not everybody can wear the same shade of red. I made that big mistake a long time ago. If you've not heard this story, I'm sharing it again. It was my first year at the Fashion Institute of Technology. And I was so excited when this instructor walked over and said to me, Joy, we're having a fashion gala, a dinner, and I'd love for you to attend because you'll get so much out of it. Well, I did what I was conditioned, programmed, brought up to do. I went out and I bought everything new. And red is one of my favorite 5 colors. So I bought a Santa Claus red dress. And everything else, shoes, everything else wasn't red, but I bought all the accessories and everything to go with it. So when I twirled in that and this was my first year at the Fashion Institute of Technology, and that red dress, I said, my God, you're looking good there, girl. I entered these double doors and they opened and I looked in, and did I feel like a country bumpkin? Yes, I did, because that room was filled with very savvy, sassy, sophisticated, glamorous women. And they weren't all in black and navy. They were just dressed. And I just felt out of place. The instructor came over and she put her hands on my shoulder and she said, Joy, it's okay. Come on in, sit, relax. You'll get the lay of the land. And I did. That was my first awakening to how powerful color can be, because I had no clue. I didn't know anything about color, but you learn. So you need red, your shade of red. And that's what we discovered together. You need, and not everyone can wear black up here across the face. And it's not only Caucasian women, it's ethnic women too. It depends on a lot of variables. We cover that. Purple, gold, and blue, you find the right shade for you. And out of these 5 power colors, you get the right shade, hue, tint, color for you, and you're on your way and you can build. And I already mentioned about black. So, you got gray hair, but you really want it to be all one color. Well, gray is beautiful. Don't knock gray. Gray is very, very beautiful. By now, I hope that you're curious and you're pondering, what is my body shape? Are you absolutely certain about it? What are my colors, the best ones for me? And how am I going to stand out, showcase, and spotlight that wow and the best factor of me? Because we all want to be desirable and desired. And what is my best Zoom outfit? These are the things that hopefully are going through your mind. You want to be comfortable, but you're tired of looking tired. And it's not so much even tired of looking tired. Maybe you're just ready for a new image, a new look. Because it's not always about tired of looking tired. Because 99.9% of the time, you're not looking tired. You're just not satisfied with what you put together thus far. That makes more sense. So I want you to be thinking about, and I want you to really think seriously about this. I designed this after being out in the industry and working for a while with quite a few women. It's called the Joy Code. And that Joy Code includes balance, scale, proportion, and fit. It includes harmony, which is coordinating, mixing and matching, not matchy-matchy, and blending. And how we do that, we learn how to do that with the different fabrics and colors and all of that in the workshop. Grace, well, I say this all the time, but you're not supposed to have favorites, but yes, I do. Grace is my favorite because that's about comfort, ease, and beauty. And I don't mean the Americanized traditional sense of beauty. Beauty is everywhere for you and me to partake of. And that's why I always say the good, the bad, and the so-so. I don't use the word ugly. I don't really see it. I see a lot of things that could be corrected, and they're not good, but not necessarily ugly. So now I want you to be thinking about how you want to upgrade your style, how you want to join me and step into the signature style and stamp it to you that fits you best. So how do we do that? I have the silver package, and it starts at only $97. This is the 3 workbooks, 2 bonuses, 3 introductory videos, the beginning, an introduction to me saying hello. The second is telling you how to utilize and maximize and use the booklets. And the third one is the questions that you'll have after the fact. And then we go from there. And you will get enough information that will give you enough of a seed to what this is all about. But you're ready for the gold. That's what we're promoting here. And I've taken off at $9.97, 30% only. You're getting it for $6.98. And here's everything that you get, a full package of all you need to go and be your best style. But let me tell you about all the things that you're going to walk away with here, lifetime access, and all of this will be in the package. But You're here because you have confidence, but you're going to walk away with more confidence because you're going to feel, after you get more of a seeding of what's best for you, how it's going to work and apply to your lifestyle. You'll have clarity, which means that you will know what works best for you and why it works best for you and how to attire, adorn, and put it all together. And you know what the kicker will be, my friends? You're going to be a part of a community that is exclusivity, prestige, because all of the women there you'll want to connect with and join with because truth and honesty is a part of their DNA. So you won't be asking the sales lady, does this look good or is that okay, or your friend. You'll ask someone that you've met and connected with who will tell you the truth. Because every now and then, no matter how savvy or expertise we might have at whatever we do, we need that second opinion. We need that other opinion. And that's what you'll get here. So you're ready for the goal. You can upgrade to the goal. 5 weeks, you get 2 bonuses. The bonuses are exceptional. And I'm not going to tell you, you're going to find that out in your discovery. And you'll get to be a featured guest speaker on my Leading Ladies Leaving Legacies broadcast every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And you can even go further and you can upgrade to the platinum, where it's one-on-one, 3 weeks and 3 bonuses, 3 weeks, 2 bonuses, and 3 one-on-one sessions with me, where we really delve into all of the question marks and concerns that you have about any and everything that relates to you. So remember that confidence is what you're walking away with more than what you have, and what you have is sufficient, but we're going to elevate it. I love it in Lugosi. We're going to kick it up a notch, where you have no reservations wherever you go, any setting, any occasion, and you know it's right for you, and the clarity of what's going to work best for you. And that said, your next step, you know, you have it, and that's it. So